friends! The past few weeks we've been reading all about school and talking about what school is all about. Today we will be reading from a different big book. This is the front cover, back cover, and the title. The title of this book is Cross-Curricular Science and Social Studies. And this is the spine. Now, just like our Off to School big book, this big book is special because it doesn't just have one story, it has a whole bunch of different stories. And when I open it up, I see the title page. That's just to remind you of the title in case you forgot. And when I turn the page again, I see a special place called the Table of Contents. The Table of Contents tells you where to find things. Our selection for today is called Schools Around the World. And when I move my finger across the page, I see it's on page 4. So I'm going to turn to page 4 and there it is. Schools Around the World. This is the title, author, and the illustrator. Remember, the author writes the word and the illustrator draws the pictures in the story. And the pictures that they draw are connected to the words on the page. Like the selection we read last week, this selection is an informational text. Remember, informational text is about real people, animals, places, or events, contains facts that can be checked in another source, might use diagrams, photographs, or other illustrations, in this case illustrations, and presents information in a clear way. Before we start, we're going to do a picture walk. While we are doing our picture walk, I want you to look at the pictures and make some observations. Think about how the schools are like ours. And how are they different? The countries in our selection today show students in Japan, Ecuador, Norway, and Kenya. All of those places are far away. Countries like Japan and Norway are warm in the summer and cold in the winter, while countries like Ecuador and Kenya are the same temperature all year. All right, friends, let's just look at the pictures. This one is a little bit of a short one. And that's the end of this selection. Now that we've previewed our book, let's get ready to read. The essential question I want you to think about today is, how are schools different around the world? Our comprehension strategy for today is summarizing. Good readers summarize to make sure that they understand what they're reading. When we summarize, we focus on important information like the main idea and key details, and we put them in our own words. It helps us keep track of what we're reading. All right, friends, let's read our story. And remember, when we read, we go from left to right and across, and from top to bottom. This is the first word, and this is the last word. To get to the last word on this page, I go across, next line, across, next line, and across.
Essential question. How are schools different around the world? Schools Around the World by John Russell, illustrated by Virginia Allen. Children all over the world go to school. Let's learn about some schools around the world. Japan. My name is Amiko. I live in Japan where school starts in April. We go to school 5 days a week, nearly all year round. Our language uses pictures as words. We draw and read and learn other skills too. We sometimes use folded paper to learn. Good readers summarize and check that they understand the main idea and key details. They put the information they learned in their own words. On this page, we learned about school in Japan. They attend school almost all year long. The beginning of their school year is April, and they learn to read and write just like we do. But their words use pictures. Ours use letters. They also learn by folding paper and drawing. Ecuador. I am Hector. I live in Ecuador. I am in kindergarten, which we call our first año, or our first year. We wear uniforms. Everyone wears collared shirts. I wear dress pants. My sister wears a skirt and knee socks. At school, we learn to read, write, and count. We go to recess every day. My school has a large roof over our whole playground. Our school year is long, but our school days are short. Soon it is time to go home. These 2 pages are about school in Ecuador. This is a good place to stop and summarize what we've learned about school in Ecuador. In Ecuador, students wear the same kind of clothes to school every day. They wear uniforms. They also learn to read, write, and count, just like us. Children at this school have recess on a big shaded playground. And they have a long school year, but their school days are shorter. Norway. I am Ellen. I am 6 years old and I live in Norway. Our school year lasts from August to June. It takes my brother and me only a few minutes to walk to school. At school, we play games and make friends. We learned how to read, write, add, and subtract. Because I like numbers, math is my favorite subject. Tomorrow is a special day, ski day. Our teacher gave us a speech reminding us to prepare. So far, we learned about students in Japan, Ecuador, and now Norway. This is a good place to stop and summarize what we've learned about schools in Norway. The school year begins in August and ends in June, just like us. In school, the children play games, make friends, and learn to read and write, also like us. I think I forgot something else they learned, so I'm going to go back and reread it. Let's see. We learn how to read, write, add, and subtract. There it is. They also learn to add and subtract. We're going to learn that later. They also have a special day called ski day, and their teacher reminds them to prepare for it. Kenya. My name is Abdul and I am 6 years old. I live in Kenya. We go to school 6 days a week from January to November. We learn to read and write. We learn at wooden desks and share our books. We work together to keep our school tidy. Lots of large animals roam nearby. Now that we've learned many facts about school in Kenya, let's summarize the important information and key details. The school year begins in January and it ends in November. Children go to school 6 days a week. We only go 5. They learn to read and write like all the other children. And in Kenya, the children share their books and they work together to keep their classroom neat. Large animals also wander around close to their school. Where do you live? Where is your school? Is it the same as the schools in the story? Is it different? One thing is for sure, children learn and play at school. They are a lot like you.
I really enjoyed reading with you about how schools around the world are different. Remember, our story was an informational text, so it's about schools in real countries. It contains facts that we can check, like when the school year starts, and it's full of illustrations and the information is presented in a clear way. Notice how the country names are printed at the beginning of each part. I had a lot of fun reading Schools Around the World with you today. I can't wait to talk more about it in our pods. I'll see you later.